Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? Oh my god, my body is sore and beat up. Sparring is out for the day, I already know. But man, peep game, man. We got to talk about this motherfucker, Billy Joe Saunders, man. Look, on one hand, I get it, man. People are tired of Canelo's diva-ish demands, rehydration clauses, and franchise belts and all that. I get that. I real life do. I do. I think Canelo should just give him that 24 or that 22. They ain't complaining about 22. Give him the 22, and let's do the damn thing. Let's get into that. They should give him that. They should give him that. I think you will want Billy Joe Saunders to not have any excuses with this fight if you beat him. You should want Billy Joe Saunders. Hey, you know, it's just no denying it. It's just no denying it. He got me. I lost. He's just better than me. If he wins, if Canelo wins, I think he should just give him that. You dig? But what's really baffling me is the B-side does. I hate this A-side, B-side shit. Canelo, people are coming to see Canelo fight. Nobody is going to see Billy Joe Saunders fight. Nobody. This is all. That's about to be Mexico. That's coming to see Canelo fight on American soil. They're not going to see Billy Joe Saunders fight. You honestly have no play in this scenario, fam. Like, you really don't. You have no. It's nothing that. Like, I get it, man. You know, Oscar De La Hoya did a lot of goofy shit when he was handling Canelo's career. I get that. The rehydration clauses, I get that. The goofy catch weights, I get that. I do. I really understand that. I really understand that. I get why people say Canelo is ducking Andrade. I completely understand it. I get it. I get it. I have had to come to that realization. He does do little funny style shit. He does. Even though he's the baddest man on the planet. But the thing is this, man. Everybody, every face of the sport is going to do that. Billy Joe Saunders has not fought anybody to anywhere close to the level of a Canelo Alvarez, whether it's in skill or whether it's in stature. Nowhere close. Nowhere close. For you to turn, you've allegedly never fought in the ring bigger than 20 feet. Now you want a 24-foot ring. Like, that shit is just. If there's any clarity to that, then that shit is just. I don't. I don't know if it's just you being petty, or I don't know if it's you getting nervous. But that shit is just utter garbage, man. Utter fucking garbage. Utter fucking garbage. You never fought in a ring bigger than 20 feet, but now you want to add 4 extra feet to the ring. Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus. Just to what? Feel like you pulling strings? You don't pull strings. If you were to think about think about the gravity that Billy Joe Saunders would be under if he was to pull out of this fight. If he was to pull out of this fight, nobody would ever give Billy Joe. His only claim to fame would be that belt. Nobody will give a fuck about him anymore, because you already get static for pulling out of an Andre fight. You are in a position that every fighter between 160 and 175 want to be in. You are about to fight Canelo. You're about to get a career high payday for the fight. You get a shot at 2 of the titles. You get a shot at 2 of the titles. And you will pull out of that fight because you are having a temper tantrum about fighting in a size ring that you never fought in before. Allegedly. I'm going to look into it when I get home. If you would do that, then wow. I can't see anybody. If you were to somehow lose that belt, whether you get it snatched from you or whether you get it stripped from you, you would hold no value as a boxer if you were to do some goofy shit like this. If you would pull out of a fight with a Canelo Alvarez, you have a shot. Look at everything that you have at stake here. It's all upside for you. You get a chance to be on the pound for pound list. You get a chance at a career high payday. You get a chance if you make the fight competitive. That heightens your stock. Even in a loss, that heightens your stock. Pound for pound list, career high payday, elevation in stock, and a unified champ. You would hold 3 belts if you beat Canelo on Saturday. And you will pull out of that fight to throw a temper tantrum because you want to fight in a ring that you have. You want to fight in the size of a ring that you never fought in before. Like, that shit is just. That's just not a good look, homie. That's just not a good look. That is not a good look. And what's crazy, you already got a reputation of backing out of big fights. Bullshit happened with Demetrius Andrade. You popped dirty for that, had to back out of that. Now you get an opportunity to go down to get at the top dog in the sport, and you will back out of that fight because you're throwing a temper tantrum. Like, motherfuckers really need to humble themselves, man. You a big deal in the UK, most definitely, man. But not on the world stage. Not on the world stage. Whatever arena you could fill in the UK, Canelo will probably double that. Because the same people who are coming to watch you fight are somewhat knowledgeable of the sport. So they know who Canelo Alvarez is. And they will most oh shit, Canelo that came to the UK to fight, I'm going to watch him fight. Like, think about how, you know, this is lunacy right here, fam. You cannot be this petty to a point where you will say, fuck everything that is at stake for you, for your career, your legacy. You would say, nah, I ain't doing it because I want to fight in a 24-foot ring. Or even a 22. You'll actually never fought in a 22-foot ring. Like, is this nerves? Is this some shit to fuck with Eddie Hearn and you're displeased with Eddie Hearn? Like, is it just you being petty? Like, yo, man, let's fuck with Canelo. To try and play head games? Because I know you usually talk shit and, you know, before you fuck. Man, hold on, man. Because y'all need to hear me. Y'all need to hear me. This shit kind of got me irritated. Is this a ploy to fuck with Eddie Hearn? Is it a ploy to fuck with Canelo? Because you usually talk your shit before the fight. You know what I'm saying? You talk. You know. You pop off really well. You dig what I'm saying? You pop off like a motherfucker. And you usually can get a response out of people, and you're not really gonna get that out of Canelo. I was like, you're not gonna get that out of him. So is this another way to get a rise out of him to somewhat try to get under his skin? Like, what is this about, homie? Like, this shit just isn't adding up. Y'all want to do this the week of the fight? Like, what the fuck is going on, man? And just, do you think you would be able to get on a plane back to the UK and not have to face any sort of litigations in court if you were to back out of this fight? Like, just think about all the ramifications of your actions if you were to say fuck this fight. This shit just doesn't make sense, my man. Like, I've seen you, you know, you was talking about, man, I had to take 10 days off for training camp. You look like you in great shape. So I don't know if the head game started right out the gate, right then and there, I caught COVID. You know, I had to get, you know, surgery on my nuts and this and that and the third. It was a lot of shit going on with you, homie. Is that, I don't know if it was a tactic to try to get under Canelo's skin, or if you was just being genuine. Because I didn't hear too much shit talk from you with, as far as Canelo is concerned. I think we're getting this side. I think we're getting this side of you because Eddie Hearn is. You don't like the way how Eddie Hearn is catering to the, you know, to Canelo as opposed to catering to you. When it's all like, I mean, he's the cash cow of the sport. He's working with the cash cow of the sport, which inadvertently increases his revenue. Eddie Hearn is the face of the zone. Canelo's fighting on that app. You think he ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say be thirsty, but shit, my nigga, he's like, I fuck with dude. He left his promoter to come and fuck with me. Like, me and him didn't fall out. Him and his promoter, and Golden and Oscar is still under Golden. Golden Boy is still with the zone. They still do business together. Usually a nigga be like, nah, man, you a op. You fuck with him, I can't fuck with you. Most niggas will be on that type time. He's like, nah, man, nah, we cool, like, we good. I fucks with you. Eddie does good business. All right, I'm gonna come and rock with you. The face of the sport is saying this, and you think he's not gonna comply? Oh yeah, that's my dog. That's my nigga over there. Hell yeah, all right, cool. Everything groovy? Cool. We rocking then. You think he's not gonna be towards him like that, bro? Like, not in a thirsty type manner. It ain't always gotta be like, oh man, that nigga thirsty. He dick riding a little too much. It ain't always about that, man. That's just good business. If you can stay in Canelo's good graces, you increase your revenue. On a market that they're trying to expand on this soil, you don't. If it's 70,000 tickets sold for this fight, maybe 1,000 of them are coming to see you. Maybe 1,000. That's saying a lot, homie. That is saying a lot. You want him to be overtly, just like chummy with you, my nigga, and that shit is just petty. It's real petty. You're not, you fought what, November, December? Cool. Canelo done fought December and February, and is fighting again now here in May. He's doing the road work, bro. He's really showing that he has a hunger still. I want to be undisputed. I want to be undisputed. I want to be the baddest Mexican to ever come out of Mexico. I want that. So he's obliging him. I don't get how. Oh, dude. Man, niggas be driving like they ain't got no goddamn sense. I don't get how somebody with a reputation of backing out of fights would dare back out of a fight of this magnitude on the week of the fight because you want to be petty. I don't see how that favors it, well for you when the smoke clears. Because if you'll back out of a Canelo fight, you will back out of any other fight. And what gives you the right to be, to be this arrogant to where you think you got some sort of pull in this fight? What gives you that inclination? Everything that you've accomplished up there at 68, Canelo has accomplished. And he's beat better fighters at 68. There's literally you have no breathing room in this scenario. There's literally nothing you can, like, what are you gonna say, bro? Like, oh, I done this, I done that. I'm a champion. Canelo's unified. Like, come on, man. Like, this shit is just really, that would be some sucker shit if you backed out of this fight. That would be drag out level corny if you backed out of this fight because you can't get a fucking 24-foot ring. That niggas done paid their tickets. Hey, yo, you know what? You might just get it. You might just get it. You might. And if you did, that would be that. Wow. Okay. That goes to your, your ability to bargain and play hardball. Because people have took this week off, paid tickets, hotels, airplanes, the airfare, rentals, car rentals, all this shit just to come and watch this fight. So it's a lot of shit at stake. It's a lot of shit at stake. So he might concede to that demand. And might just say, you know what, fuck it. All right, cool. You want to be a buster about shit? I got you. I'll oblige you. So it could work. It's a possibility it could work. But what if it doesn't work? What if he's adamant on the fact that, all right, bro, 20 foot ring, and you can take it or leave it. There's already people who think you're going to back out of the fight. I've heard a few different podcasts saying that, yo, we don't even know if Billy Joe Saunders is going to fight. We don't even know if he's going to fight or not, man. They need to have a backup plan just in case Saunders pulls out, because he's going to pull out. You would do that? You would prove them right. You will prove them right. This would be the as far as tests are concerned, this would be the second time you have done that against legitimate threats. At least with Andrade, you had an argument that, yo, that's a 50-50 fight. People ain't really giving you too much of a shot at winning this fight. And you will back out of it and prove them same motherfuckers right. Homie, that is not a good look. That is not a good look at all. There would be no coming back from this if you backed out of this fight. There will be no coming back whatsoever if you backed out from this fight. And I think you got a good chance at beating Canelo. I do. With that style, we haven't seen him against that style since Lara. If you can go in there and stick to the game plan, which I know for a fact you will. That's why you're complaining about a big, the ring size. We know what your game plan is. We've known it all along. Everybody knows what you plan on doing. And that's why we give you the shots that we give you. Like, man, this is a legitimate threat. This is a fight right here. You will railroad all that shit just because you can't get a 24-foot ring, bro. That shit is insane. If you actually go through with that. I would say you need to be stripped if you go through with this. Nobody should take the title from you. You should be stripped. You should be stripped. Because if you're not gonna fight, if you'll back out from a fight with Canelo because you want some Hollywood diva shit, you'll do this with any and every other opponent at 168 pounds. And hold up any sort of big fight. I really hope y'all reconsider, man, because wow. Y'all gonna have to really come down to deal with reality. And I'm seeing a lot, of course, all of the Canelo hater channels, they're siding with him. Anything that's like Canelo, anything that's like Canelo. You dig? Anything that's like Canelo. Nobody can, shit, man. Nobody complained when Floyd wanted the big gloves, or when he wanted bigger size gloves to protect his hands. Nobody complained about that. Nobody did. He the A-side. Canelo got to come down 152. He the A-side. Cool. That's what the A-side does. There's certain concessions that they get. It's not necessarily about stacking shit in their favor. But hey, I earned this. I want to fight like this. We gonna meet on my terms. We are going to meet on my terms, not your terms, my terms. And just the audacity of you thinking that you get a say in this, you know, to this magnitude is baffling. This shit is asinine. Like it's just this nerve, bro. This is a different kind of nerve. You would turn down a fight. You would back out of a fight because you can't get your way in a ring that you, the size ring that you have never fought in before, as a professional. Nobody's gonna care to hear about that. All they care about is your complaints. Nobody's gonna want to look deep into the, you know, into the situation. Nobody don't give a fuck about that. All they hear about is, you know, do you have a complaint about Canelo that he's not even willing to entertain? So nobody's gonna care about, oh well, if there is any clarity to it, Billy Joe Saunders never fought in the ring more than 20 feet. Nobody's gonna hear that. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about that because it's about, you dig, slighting Canelo. You dudes is a trip, man, and I just oh my Lord. If this fight does not happen, oh yeah, damn it. Alright, cool, I got it. I'm good, I'm in the clear. If this fight does not happen because you want to be diva-ish, just go ahead and hang them gloves up, homie. I personally think it's gonna go down. It's too much money for you not to go through with it. I think it's too much money. But if you stand on your morals, it's something I can respect. If you stand on your morals and your principles and you're not just trying to play hardball, you mean what you say what you mean, and you do get back on that plane back to the UK, I think it'll somewhat be dope. I think it would be a black eye on your career. I think it'd be silly, but I also think it would be dope. The fact that money can't sway them. I just talked about that not too long ago. Integrity. I would salute that. I would salute that. But I'd still be irritated because I've been waiting for this fight since it was announced back in February. And now here we are, the week of 5 days removed, or 5 days until the fight, and you want to pull this bozo shit. So I don't know, homie. Let me know if I'm burnt out, man. Peace.